Golf in Hong Kong is unlike anything you've ever seen. Dramatic shots over the ocean, forced carries over gigantic ravines. You are looking at one of the most exclusive golf clubs in the world. This is Hong Kong's Clearwater Bay, a club that costs $1 million to join and has a 10-year waiting list to get in. Today, I'm taking you behind the scenes to explore all 18 holes at Clearwater Bay. And joining me for this adventure is one of the purest swingers of the club I know, local Hong Kong pro Derek Chung. So buckle up as we begin today's journey on the 224-yard par 3 opening hole. And to be honest, this is one of the most spectacular opening holes I've ever played. This is a 5-iron, and it's a solid shot just right of the green. And in today's video, you're going to see how important a solid short game is, because my ball striking was way off, but my touch around the greens kept me in the game, and we have an easy tap-in par to get started. The second hole is the longest hole on the golf course here. Beautiful par 5, and we've made a very committed swing. Basically the perfect line. I thought I could get over that fairway bunker, but not today. And we're going to find ourselves right in the middle of that bunker with a little bit of lip trouble here. This is just a pitching wedge. Got to take your medicine, hit a nice high shot, and we're going to see if we can make birdie the old school way. Just under 160 left for my third shot. This is a 9-iron here. Nice flighted shot. Hit this a little bit fat, but it's a good miss. We're going to be on the lower part of the green with an outside chance at a birdie. This is 45 feet up the hill, and the greens today at Clearwater Bay are very slow. I'm going to tell you guys the reason for that later on, but we got about a 4-footer right up the hill, and we confidently put that in for our par. The third hole at Clearwater Bay is honestly the most spectacular hole in Asia. 400 yards. This could be an absolute beast when it's dead into the wind, but today, not a bit of wind, and we have hit an absolute perfect cut off this tee, and we're going to have nothing more than a flip wedge in. Got just over 65 yards in for this second shot, and I honestly hit this too good. Fly the pin, fly the green, and I've hit it just in the back part of the hazard here, but I get lucky enough to find my ball here. We're going to watch Derek comfortably roll this putt in. Nice par save for Derek, and we hit an amazing chip shot and just lag that up to a couple of inches, and an easy tap-in par to keep our round going. Second par 3 at the day comes here at the 4th, 186 yards. This is a nice little 6-iron for me. Kind of into the wind here on this shot, and it comes up a little bit short. But part of being a good player is knowing where to miss. And honestly, this is just about a standard chip as can be. Very, very confident on this chip. Hit my landing spot, let that roll out to about 12 inches. That's another par save. It's our second par 5 of the day, and we've got a split screen here so you can see the view from down the line. Also that beautiful bay behind me. It's a great swing. We're in position A, and this wind has started to pick up. I have about 260 yards to go, but no chance to go for this in 2. So I'm just hitting a little 7-iron layup here, and the wind is starting to howl a little bit, and I've got just over a pitching wedge left here. And I hit a decent shot here. Not my best swing. You can say I don't really like it, but again, it's a good miss. We're actually pin high, just pulled that a bit. And again, another outside look at birdie here. Now 50 feet for an outside chance here. The greens are a bit slow because recently Hong Kong has had an unprecedented amount of rain. About 5 feet left for my par. We confidently put that in. We've got a good streak of pars going. Let's see if we can keep that. One of the most picturesque spots on the golf course with the South China Sea behind, lake to my left, and this is an absolutely tagged 5-iron. I actually hit it so good that it went over the green, and now I'm going to have to scramble once again for my par. Once again, you see the greens here, not the best condition. Again, Hong Kong has had unbelievable nightmare with their weather recently, and that's why these greens are in such a bad shape. But honestly, the golf course is pure. That's unfortunately our first mistake of the day. That is a tap-in bogey, and we're going to go to +1. But we've got a drivable par 4. Let's see if we can bounce back with a birdie. This is a very reachable hole here, a little bit down the wind, and we've taken a driver, hit it on an incredible line, actually just through the green. And let's rely on that world-class short game here to get us another birdie and back to even par. And we do just that. Execute that very nicely, and a nice little 2 feet left for our birdie, and confidently tap that in to get back to even par. Now you might notice that I have an extremely strong grip, bit closed at the top, and I love hitting draws. So you can imagine how confident I feel on this tee shot on the 8th hole. We've hit an absolutely perfect draw. We're going to be in position A to attack this pin. Just about 85 yards left here, but the ball is up significantly above my feet. I actually just hit this so pure, and I hit it about 45 feet past the hole, way in the back of the green here, and I'm going to have a very, very lengthy putt here. This isn't easy because this putt, again, is so slow with these green speeds. And now we've got our first really tricky putt of the day. 5 feet, Had to aim that significantly outside, but we keep our round going and we tap that in for our par. We're on the 9th hole, and this is another short par 4 here. I probably shouldn't be hitting driver here. I thought I could carry that bunker on the left. Unfortunately, plug it right in there, and now we're going to have to really struggle to get our par save here. Hardest shot in golf. I was trying to channel in my Bryson DeChambeau at the US Open, but hit that very chunky, and I'm going to have to scramble for my par. Hit a pretty decent shot here, but unfortunately that checks up a little bit too early, and now we're going to have an outside chance. A little bit sloppy bogey there, but we'll tap in and make a turn here. Guys, the back 9 is simply incredible at Clearwater Bay, and we're going to start it here on the 10th hole, which is one of the longest and most challenging holes. This is 468 yards, and honestly, this was probably my worst swing of the day. Totally not committed, did not want to go left in that ocean, leave that face wide open, and I knew I didn't like it immediately, and I'm lucky to even be in play here. Second shot, barely can see that ball in the rough, aiming really far right, trying to draw that. Unfortunately, leave it out to the right, and we're going to have to scramble for our par. But take a look at this shot. This is one of my better short game shots of the day, feeling very confident with the short game. And one of the nice things is when the greens are so slow, you can really be aggressive with your chipping. We've hit this just to a couple inches, and it's a fantastic par save. Like I said, my short game has saved me. Hit that to about 2 feet. We're going to tap that in and run away from this 10th hole. And now let's listen to Derek, the Hong Kong golf pro.
I'm going to show you guys what a real stinger looks like. I know you've seen these. I know you've seen these all over there, all over that internet place. But guess what? You see it right here.
All right, here we go. He's calling a shot, everybody. The real life Derek Chung in the flesh is one of the purest swingers of the golf club you're going to see. 215 dead into the wind. South China Sea to our left. Oh, that is pure. That is pure. Wow. All right, the wind has really picked up here on the 11th hole. This is 216, probably playing closer to about 230, 235 into the wind. Another dual split screen here for you guys because I want you to see that South China Sea. And I've absolutely tagged my hybrid here. I actually hit it too pure as I'm well over the green. But you know what? We've been getting up and down for pars all day. Why stop now? Another great shot, and shows you how important that short game is. Again, my ball striking's off, but I'm really loving this short game here. Derek's leading us off on the 12th hole here. Beautiful swing. I just love the way this guy moves the ball here. And we're going to try to follow his exact lead. 460 yards. This is a beautiful par 4. We got the wind coming way off the left. So I'm going to hit this cut, and we're going to be in position A with a little wedge in our hand to attack. Hit a great shot here. I'm going to try to take dead aim on this. This is just a gap wedge for me. Pretty decent shot. Actually hit that pin high. I've missed the green, but it's going to be in a very makeable position to get up and down for our par. Once again, another great little chip shot here. Just nestled that up to about 3 feet. Let's confidently tap that in for our par. Like I said, the back 9 at Clearwater Bay is simply spectacular. You can see the skyscrapers in the back, the beautiful water to the left. Challenging tee shot here. Hit a pretty decent drive here, but as you can see from those plants, the wind is moving significantly, and we are going to be in that fairway bunker with a challenging approach shot. This is about 165 yards for me. I'm hitting just a little punch down 7-iron here as I'm trying to keep it down under the wind. Hit this pretty decent. I actually was pretty happy with this shot. It's just a little bit over that bunker, just off the fringe here, but again, another great opportunity to keep that good short game going, and we have hit that to another comfortable distance where we're just getting in these nice tap-in pars. So one of the things that you amateurs need to work on is your rhythm. And again, I love looking at Derek's swing here. Look at how he has that effortless rhythm, really moves that ball in perfectly. He's absolutely stuffed that to about 5 feet, and he's going to have a great chance at making a birdie here on 14. I'm going to try to follow Derek's lead here on 14 and also hit a draw. Pretty much execute that, but pull it a little bit more left than I wanted. And now I'm going to have to get up and down once again for the short game. Pretty decent shot here. You know, the greens have been slow all day, but this one surprisingly was very fast, a little bit more downhill than I anticipated. Here's Derek tapping in for his nice birdie 2, and we're going to see if I can get that short game going again. This is about 8 feet up the hill. Pretty decent stroke here, just a little bit more of a misread than anything, and we'll tap that in for a bogey. Very gettable par 5 here on the 15th. Let's see if we can bounce back. Hit this a little bit high in the club face. Don't get all of that, but that's a great miss. We're going to be right in the middle, and we're going to have just about 240 yards in with my hybrid. Really committed shot here. Really love this swing. And this is a solid shot that's put us just to the fringe. And again, we're going to test that short game here, dial in that short game to another comfortable wedge distance. And it seems like if I can chip it close, I don't have a problem hitting these in. And we bounce back with another birdie. 16th hole. This was a really tough shot for me. The wind was swirling. I was in between clubs. Decided to choose a 6-iron here. I actually hit it pretty decent, but I'm actually well short of the green. But again, kids, work on your short game, because if you can get up and down like this all day, you're going to be able to keep your score around even par. And again, another little tap in, and just really an excellent display of short game today, well beyond my expectations. But now we've arrived to the 17th hole, by far the hardest tee shot on the golf course, and let's go live with Derek Chung, the local pro, as he walks us through how he hit this shot.
We're on the 17th hole. Tips from the tour here. Big, high, left to right shot here. I'm going to get my tee marker on the left here to allow for the most space for this towering fade to take place. And if you look from directly down the line, you'll see our beautiful golf cart right in my line.
Yep.
I'm just going to peel it right off that.
All right, so we're peeling it off the golf cart. Let's watch this. This is going to be a tee shot here. Oh, that is just absolute perfection. You can't ask for a better tee shot than that on this hole. Well, it's hard to follow Derek Chung on that line. That was the best line I've seen. Let's see if we can replicate that. Peel it off that golf cart with a high cut.
It takes two to tango.
You can see why this tee shot is so hard. I hit that ball with a very big cut, and you can see I barely missed this bunker, but we've got just about 90 yards in here. This is a nice little sand wedge for me, right up the hill, and we're going to have about 20 feet for our birdie left. This is actually one of the very few greens that I finally hit, so I want to take advantage of this, and unfortunately, just leave it a little bit below, but we'll tap that in for par, and we're off to the 18th hole. The camera really doesn't do the 18th hole justice here. This is absolutely spectacular, a huge ravine to hit over, and Derek has taken a very aggressive line, covering as much as he can. I don't have as much confidence in my game, so I'm going to aim a little bit more to the right, but again, this is a par 5. Most important thing is get the ball in play. We've done that, and we're going to be in a great position here. This is about 240 yards. I'm back up the hill into the wind, and I'm going to just rip a hybrid here and actually do just that. Hit a really good hybrid. Actually hit it too good. It's going to hit the front of the green and bounce all the way through. So on the green in 2 on the par 5 18th hole, we have a chance to 2-putt for a birdie and an even par round, and we've had a great display of short game. The last thing I want to do is a 3-putt par. Unfortunately, that was a terrible stroke, and that's exactly what we do. We tap in for a +1 round. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed today's video and this exclusive look at Clearwater Bay. It was an absolute pleasure to come back to China, visit Hong Kong, and play one of the most spectacular golf courses in the world. If you've made it to this point of the video, consider dropping me a comment, hit that subscribe button, and I can't wait to see you in our next golf adventure soon.